You may remember me saying in the Liberty 4 NC video that I hope SOUNDCORE puts the same noise cancellation tech in a pair of headphones. Well, it seems like my days as a YouTuber is over, my friends, because looky what we have here. The SOUNDCORE SPACE ONE with the same noise cancellation tech in it, which I can predict is gonna give the likes of Sony and Bose some sleepless nights if they aren't already. So if you're ready to see if these cans are truly dope or nope, let's hit it right after these messages from my sponsoring partner for this video. And yes, I'm serious this time. Mint Mobile, you've probably seen their ads around, but it's no joke, guys. Mint's premium wireless service for as low as $15 a month give you the coverage, data, and speed on the nation's largest 5G network. They keep costs low because they sell direct to you online, like through me, so there's no retail stores and salespeople to deal with. All Mint mobile plans include unlimited nationwide talk and text, plus lightning fast 5G and free mobile hotspot. There's also the modern family plan that lets you set up an affordable family plan for as little as 2 lines. And since I've switched to Mint Mobile, I've noticed faster, more consistent 5G for general media consumption, playing multiplayer games like Apex or Dota, posting to my social accounts, or even uploading YouTube shorts anytime of the day, no problem whatsoever. Anyway, if you like to save money on your mobile service today, Mint Mobile is running a special limited time offer and you can get their unlimited plan, which is normally $30 a month, for just $15 a month. And if you've been wondering why you've been paying so bloody dang much for your wireless bill, well, it only takes 50 minutes to change all of that. Actually, it took me more like 6 minutes. You just had to download the app, install the eSIM or physical SIM. Mint will send you one, activate the plan, and boom, you're done. It's that simple. So go ahead, use the QR code on the screen or my link in the description below to get started and help out my channel at the same time. The SOUNDCORE SPACE ONE retails for $99 and it comes in 3 color options. 40mm drivers doing all the grunt work in here. Bluetooth 5.3 with AAC, SBC, and LDAC support. The weight is pretty decent, 272 grams, spread out across some generous padding on the headband and also the ear pads themselves. Battery life, I got around 37.8 hours with ANC on at 65% volume. LDAC does drop that down to 30.1 hours under the same conditions. This thing is built really nice for what it is and for the price too. It's mostly plastic. Even the hinges, for those of you who care about longevity and such, you can see right there, it is plastic as well. It does fold down pretty small, so if you just want to throw this in your backpack, you can do that. There are 11 D10s on the headband. I counted. It's kind of strange. Usually it's 10, but it is 11 for what it's worth. The features you do get on the inside here, you can see wear detection sensor window on the left side only, nothing on the right side. And here are all the buttons. They click pretty nice. At least now SOUNDCORE has gotten this to the point where they sound the same. Usually some manufacturers, each click sounds different and they have different mushiness. They all have the same feedback, which is nice. They're consistent now. 3.5 output, I'll talk more about sound quality. USB-C right there. And there's the LED mic right there, power on, off, and also the NC buttons, volume up, volume down, and pause play button is right there. That's simple, no touch controls, and you can see a slightly different design from the Q series of headphones. Now, the SOUNDCORE app continues to mature like fine wine. There's Hear ID, otherwise known as personalized EQ, lots of noise cancellation and pass-through adjustments, just like the big brands. It is so sunny out. I'm gonna start out in the shade first. I have some Angel from Massive Attack playing on my OnePlus 11 there at the end of my deck, and we're out here doing the Bluetooth range test for the SPACE ONE. Yes, and these things should be the latest and greatest in terms of Bluetooth signal strength, and that's what we're gonna find out, how well these do in this non-scientific test. There's the phone at the end of my deck, and where I'm standing is around 25 feet. We're gonna keep walking from the back of the house towards the side, and then we'll see when these things start signal is still going strong. Oh my goodness. Oh man, not a single dropout. This is impressive, SOUNDCORE. Did I just get a slight left-right fluctuation? Oh, there you go. Look at that. There's a house between the phone and myself right now. This is like around 62, 63 feet. Wow. Let me keep walking until we get a full dropout. Nothing. Wow. That's impressive. I'm at 70. Woo. Nice job, SOUNDCORE. Anyways, you can see the fit of these on my head, how they look. You can probably get a better idea before buying these, how this looks like if you're wearing this in public. They're kind of wide. You know, for what it's worth, if you get the black model, I think it hides the bulk a little bit more. So, I like this color, but I wish they bring back the coral orange. That would be super nice. But anyways, let's test how stable Nah, they're not even remotely stable. There's so much shift right here at the top of my head. It's not even funny. Yeah, these are definitely not made for running, guys. Just using this stationary, walking around, totally fine. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. But anyways, let me duck into the shade again. So let's take these out to the road again and test how well these do for phone calls. I need your help, guys. Besides subscribing to this channel, of course, crank up your volume on your headphones as you listen to these samples as traffic passes through. If we can get more cars. Here comes the car. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. When the noise suppression algorithm kicks in, do you hear a slight warble in my voice, like a quiver or a reverb or something? Turn it up and hear it, because I've been testing these over and over again. I keep hearing it. I really do, and this is very unusual for SOUNDCOREs, and probably not the best tuned I've heard in a long time. Even the Q30s, I think, sound better than these. So tell me in the comments. Tell me what you think. One thing too is if you have noise cancellation on listening to tunes or whatever and you get a phone call, it doesn't switch to pass-through mode. I like that option if they have an option to do that. Some people don't. I prefer it as a safety reason, kind of like you get a phone call and you're not so isolated from the world anymore. You can hear what's going on and keep yourself safe. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. How does that sound? Sorry about the lack of traffic today. I'm doing this on the weekend and it's kind of sparse. At least there's still some tourists coming up and down from time to time. This is one of the main arterial roads that head north to south, feeding all the tourist sites and such. But anyways, tell me what you think. If you go back to the earlier samples, did you hear that little reverb, echoey thing that's happening to my voice? Otherwise, in quiet environments like right now, my voice is pretty decent. There is a little bit of peaking, but it's not too bad. I haven't edited this audio sample. I'm keeping it fresh, straight from the mics to these, so you can hear for yourselves. Anyways, let's head to the studio and talk more about the positives and negatives. I don't know about you, but I am totally digging this whole under $100 product lineup that SOUNDCORE is doing so far. I mean, if you're looking for a pair of $99 earbuds, we have the Liberty 4 NC. If you're looking for a pair of $99 headphones, we have these now. And by the way, I'm not all charmed over just by the price alone either. There are a lot more positives, thank goodness, so let's dig a little bit deeper. Let me tell you a little story. This thing gave me a scare with sound quality. The voice that speaks to you at boot up and also pairing, like power on or pairing. When I first took this out of the box and powered it on, I was honestly shocked by how distant and muffled she sounded. She was so muffled, I was almost convinced that she had a cold when they recorded it and that I was compelled to send her a get well card or something. So, aside from probably being the lowest quality voice recording I've heard in a SOUNDCORE in a long time, the SQ itself, thank the goodness, is very nice indeed. It's for the lack of a better term, your average SOUNDCORE tune. And I don't mean that in a bad way either. For those of you who've heard SOUNDCOREs who have owned your headphones, you know they sound good for the price. They're technical sounding with brights that can fatigue after a couple of hours of use, tight bass that plays it safe by not hitting the sub-regions too much. But I did notice this time that the 40mm drivers fall apart quite early, especially for a SOUNDCORE, which is unusual. Like when I try to listen to Miss Jackson by Outkast or Toto doing Rosanna at around 80-ish% volume, anything in the upper mids and above, they crash down like a deck of cards. But that being said, they might be a saving grace, which is that the Space Ones have sufficient power to begin with, so staying under that crashy threshold still offers more than enough volume for most. Of course, if you've been rendered deaf by all that hard rock in your teenage young adult years, then you need not apply. But all in all, the headphone sound quality is above average, inoffensive, and it doesn't push any new boundaries with sound quality. And if you're wondering how these compare to, say, the Q30s or Q35s, Well, the Qs have a tad more resolve in the lows and sparkle in the mids. Wired listening through the 3.5s is inferior to Bluetooth, I'll tell you that. And there are two ways to listen while wired though. You can do so with the headphones powered off or on. And so if you're out of juice, you can still listen to your tunes, just, expect mediocre sonic abilities. And you can also turn on the juice if you want to, and it won't connect to Bluetooth, and that does give it just a little bit more power and width to the sound. It is possible that SOUNDCORE must have heard me saying that I hope they put the Liberty 4 NC's noise cancellation tech in a set of headphones. I personally can't wait for them to slap this tech into a headphone. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, combined with the inherently superior passive isolation of circumaural headphones to begin with, the ANC algorithm is at least this close, if not equal grounds with the WH-1000XM5s and Bose 700s of the world. Now, in all fairness though, the noise cancellation doesn't perform as well as the Liberty 4 NC in terms of raw stats, but this is likely the best noise cancellation of any SOUNDCORE headphones so far, and with no background hiss for that matter. But that being said, one of the only times when there's a break in the cocoon of silence, I would say it would be the handling noise levels that spread so easily through the thin, hollow plastics.
Normal. Noise cancelling. Noise cancelling. Transparency. Normal.
One positive that comes from the aforementioned thin, hollow build is how light this thing is, and in turn, how it affects comfort. Combined with the plush ear pads, it's as if you're wearing puffs of clouds on your head. However, the headband itself is narrow and rounded enough that it easily falls right off. Look at that, it falls right off the skull, even when you take into the account the aforementioned lightweight. It's not cool when you're trying to groove to some jams. But really, for $99 and this level of performance, guys, it's hard to find something negative to say or something that's negative enough to stick. If I had to squeeze another negative out, I guess it would be like the cheap feeling plastics, which in and of themselves are fine, but as I mentioned before, they transmit lots of unwanted sound through the chassis. For those who look at AirPod Maxes or Momentum 4s or 1000XM5s and thought, I wish I could have all of that for a third of the price. Well, good news. The Space One captures most of that for $99 only. And sure, unlike those models, the Space One doesn't have the most amazing materials or the best noise cancellation or the best sound quality. But let me tell you this, it strikes where it counts. Good SQ, impressive NC, solid listening times, plenty of app connectivity and customization, features like auto pause play, voice activated, pass-through mode, solid hardware. This headphone, guys, is baller. Now, I just want to see, after this, SOUNDCORE refine this formula some more. Give us like the best bloody audio internals you can source and tune, more sound isolation, and put that all in a sexier chassis and charges $150, $175. Maybe a Q series or Liberty branded headphone? Yes, SOUNDCORE? Well, I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you like what I do, consider, if you've watched this video from beginning to end and if you haven't already, or if you're new here, please consider subscribing, mash the button down below, thumbs up if you like it as well, check out my playlist, and also comment nicely down below. Say hi, in fact, and I'll try to say hi back. It's a little community we're trying to build here. And remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what, guys? The world needs it more than ever, if you haven't noticed already, and it starts with you. I love you all very much. God bless.